This follows the TEDx series, How Unicorns Wind Up in a Straitjacket. Hi, and thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Unicorns Out of a Straitjacket. That's to say, super talented professionals, super talented people with genius abilities that are stuck and confined in the wrong career for them. And that's where the straitjacket comes in, because it's uncomfortable, it's restrictive, and it just sucks, right? Today I've got with you one of the most powerful businesswomen I know, and I'm so honored that she's agreed to do this with us, and I cannot wait for you to meet her. So if you can help me, please, and welcome in our guest for today, Elena Jnr Andreou. She's the founder of Go Digital Globally. She's a serial entrepreneur, and she specializes in SEO optimization and business strategy. She'll tell you what that means. Hi, Elena. Welcome, and thank you for being
Hi,
here.
Linda. Thank you so much for having me. So honored.
It's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. Go on, don't tease us. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and who you work with.
Okay, so I'm Elena Jnr Andreou. I'm a search engine optimization specialist and a business strategist. And I am the founder and CEO of Go Digital Globally. But I'm also the founder of Spherical Approach and a few other startups that I'm growing them now. And yeah, that's pretty much actually what search engine optimization means, because many people ask that, is I help businesses be found on the first page of Google when customer or prospects or people that just searching for to find a product or to solve a problem to find their products or services. So
Absolutely. I always say you are who Google says you are, right? So if Google doesn't say you're anybody, then Eleanor's your person for sure.
no, actually, my son always said, "Oh, mom is in love with Google." Actually, yeah, but yeah,
Much
it is
made
the
career.
power. Yeah,
Sorry?
you
Sorry.
know, Google it's the power right now, and can you imagine how powerful it can feel if you can control that power?
Ooh, it sounds like a whole lot of power.
Yeah, this is my passion.
I love that. Tell us a bit about your career journey. How did you start? Where did you come from? Where are you now? And where are you going?
Oh, from where to start? Okay, my career journey. Actually, my career journey started quite at an early age. I was still studying law, and I was my last year at university, and something happened in my family, and I had to stop studying, and I ended up creating my business. It was not that I wanted to build a business, but I had to. I
Okay.
didn't know anything about marketing or creating a business. I was a bit lucky, to be honest, because the idea came in a time that I was searching what to do, and a relative from Germany proposed me to open this business, and from there, but it was quite easy because I had already contracts, and I can say I was lucky.
Okay.
However, I turned it in a few years, 3 or 4 years. It was quite a very successful business, and yeah, it was a success. I have to say now that I failed to delegate, because
Okay.
this is a trap that many business owners follow in. You are so stressed about everything. You want to control everything, and you end up exhausting yourself.
Right.
So yeah, at some point I realized that that was not a life that I wanted. I was too young. I was 25, and I said, okay, I will just shut down the factory for some time to think. 2-3 weeks I had in mind,
Yeah.
and never went back actually to reopen. And yeah, I ended up in Cyprus, nice island, lovely island, we both know. And yeah, I started a new career here, and I started from quite low actually because I was not speaking the language,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I started as a salesperson in a shop,
Okay.
but soon enough, you know, the owner of the brand realized that I had great experience with clothing, you know, had a factory. And I was quite great with managing people, and very soon invested in me, you know, a lot, training me, marketing, business strategies, and all I needed to control all brand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but short time, no, it was not actually short time because it was a period of 8 years, 9 years almost.
Okay.
I failed again. This time was time management and to prioritize, let's say, what was important for me. And actually, I neglected my marriage and I got divorced. So it was the second point in my life that I had to question, you know, am I in the right job? Do I want to live like this? I was traveling a lot, no,
Right.
not
I
having
think it's super
weekends.
important that you say that, because sometimes we feel like our careers are so separate from our personal lives. But of course, that affects it, if you're not at home and that is a priority for you as well. That really affects it. So I commend you for sharing that with us. That's really huge. Time
Actually,
management.
my opinion is that there is no successful person that doesn't have a great balance in all area of life. And I've learned, I'm 50 years old now, so, you know, I have great experience behind me. And yeah, I went through that process. You know, when you are young, you feel like you can do everything, but if you neglect a part of your life, you will feel it there because yeah, you will
Right.
pay it at some point. So then I said, okay, I should go back to the corporate world, and you know, I wanted to work 9 to 5, have a family, and you know, I'm done with this uh, type of jobs. You know, when you put career above everything.
Right.
Yeah, and I did almost 10 years in a law firm, but was not much about marketing there. And I could feel it that, you know, I was missing. So I believe that after 5 years there, I took the decision to go back to study and study marketing. I said, okay, let me not make the same mistake again, you know, leave the job and then to understand that maybe it was not a good decision. And I
Right.
said, okay, let me study, and because I could do both in that time,
Yeah.
and if I will feel the same attraction, and if I will feel like, you know, this is for me, I will take a decision after. And yeah, for me, you know, when I was in university, everything, you know, pieces were just coming into, you know, creating the perfect puzzle, because I had the great experience, you know, building a business without, you know, any marketing. But
Right.
I could see that from my instinct, I was taking the right decision and I could build a brand.
Mm.
And then the other, almost a decade, when I used to work for that fashion brand, and when I was trained a lot, you know, for branding, business strategies, customer acquisition, sales, you know, it was all together. I could, for me, all marketing concepts, they were just coming to complete the puzzle. Like, so yeah, it was wow. You know,
I mean, that's quite a journey going from law to sales
yes.
assistant, then marketing, and then really finding your niche. How did that feel for you emotionally and psychologically? What was going through your head, with the failed marriage as well and two failures under your belt, not delegating and then time management? How did that feel for you?
It was scary because, you know, when you fail one, you always you get you have that in, behind your mind, and you are always thinking, no, I shouldn't fail again, So I was actually praying that I will take the right decision, And at some point, I got an offer to work for a great business mind. Okay, and it was not easy to take the decision because when you fail, you start wonder, okay, what if, And at that time, I was working for one of the biggest law firm in Cyprus. I was getting well paid, so it was not, I had the family, I had my son, I had my 9 to 5.
It makes it harder to take the risk, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
there's a lot at stake to lose.
Yeah, it actually took me 2 months to decide if
Right.
I will go for or not. And when I said the big yes, I was quite scared, I will be honest. And I didn't know at that time what that journey will mean, how hard it will be.
Yeah.
I thought that, okay, I am good at marketing.
Yeah.
So it will be okay, but then it was the transition to digital and
Mm.
a lot of things to learn and a lot of trainings, and most of them, they were midnight or even after midnight, United States hours,
Wow.
which is not easy, and a lot of testing and a lot of learning and stress. And yeah, it was not an easy journey. And digital, it is a part that you are always, you know that you always must keep up and learn, level.
Yeah. It
Yes,
changes so fast.
yes.
The thing about your stories, you've touched on the three biggest areas I always say to my clients are the reasons why people career change. So if you might career change because you need more money and you want to be earn your worth and be paid what you're worth. You might change because your lifestyles change and actually you want to spend more time with your family or travel or whatever it is. And then you might change because actually I want to fulfill my calling and actually express myself in this full purposeful way which your current career isn't giving to you. And you've just touched on all three,
That's right.
in the balance through life. And I think it's
Yes,
beautiful. Mostly people see career changes as something that's potentially negative, and they have this sunk cost. I've been here 8 years, 10 years, so why would I change now? I'm too old now to learn. And it's and the beauty about it is that's when you grow. Like you're saying, in digital marketing, you have to keep learning, and that's the excitement of the journey, right?
actually, I can say that from the time that I took the decision to join that company, it was my hugest growth
Mhm.
professionally. American market, it's one of the fastest markets, and it's the market that set all the trends and control quite everything. So I had to learn a lot. I am honest, and I had to learn very fast.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was not just a lot, it was very fast. So every day was something new. Every day was something new. So yeah, it was a lot of effort. I I will not say that it was easy, but it was worth.
It was worth it. I love that. So bringing it back to the TEDx, how unicorns wind up in the straitjacket, we identify 3 steps in which people take to find the right career for them, or the career that suits them best. And the first step is identifying clues in your childhood, clues in your life, your natural path to wealth, or your unique zone of genius. What are some of those clues for you, would you say?
Um, maybe I never consider myself a genius. Okay, maybe um, uh, I have some. I was born for. Some people say that I was born for marketing. No, so maybe I love marketing. I love and I love even more digital marketing. I will be honest
Okay.
because you feel powerful. You have all data. Offline, it was difficult. I mean, you couldn't measure, you never knew if your strategy worked and how much it worked and what you're supposed to expect from that. And maybe that's why it was a bit like a science. It was a bit not as well acknowledged as it's supposed to. It's supposed
Right.
to. But with digital, everything is different because you can measure everything. So as you set your strategy and you know well what you are doing, with all the data you have there, you have the power to do everything you want. So yeah, I
So the
think
clue is that you like having power.
yes. Actually, okay. It's not that I love having power for me to feel powerful, but when you use this power and transform it in money for your clients, I didn't realize that until I saw customer being grateful to me, and it was like it was a huge. I thought that I'm doing my job,
Yes.
I'm doing the job I'm paid to do,
Yeah.
but when they told, oh, I'm so grateful that I found you, and I'm so happy now, and I'm so relieved, and I can see now that my business is going as I was dreaming, and I said, oh,
Make a
this is,
difference.
yeah, it makes you feel powerful. And
Amazing.
actually, one of the nicest things that I heard, it was a few weeks ago in one of your events, a customer that told me I was waiting 2 years for Elena to take me as a client. And I didn't realize at that time that people, I mean, they were valuing, they understood the value that they could get from me. So yeah, it makes you feel that powerful, but in a different way.
And what are some of the dots for you? How did that help you in terms of lifestyle, in terms of hobbies? What are some of the dots you connected, given the clues we've spoken about?
Okay, I can say that having my business, I can set my program, and I can be near with my son as many hours as I want to be, because that was the hugest part of my life when I had to take a decision. And I used to work for big companies, I was getting well paid, but at some point I realized that I wanted to give to my son more time, and when he needed me. So I said, okay, I need to build my business, and only like this I can have the freedom of arranging my schedule the way I want. So yeah, having the chance to do that, yeah, for me, it's the most important thing.
So that flexible working
Yes,
coupled with having the data and the power to be able to transform people's lives and their businesses. And would you say that's how you apply it in what you do today?
yeah.
Talking about the third step, how do you apply everything together to make you this sought after marketing, SEO, business strategy guru?
Okay, I think it's a mix of all this, because I've seen many young specialists that they are great at digital, but without the experience, the offline experience, and to value the data that we have now, I can see they are missing out. So I think it's a mix of my experience building businesses and my experience in marketing for so many years, testing, trying, learning, a lot of trainings, and learning from some of the biggest minds, and learning from their experiences and applying and seeing results. Yeah, and after I felt the power of data and how I could control it, and especially after I was trained on SEO. Yeah, that was a huge story also. I realized how much I can help and how different everything is after that. So yeah, I can say it's a mix of these three elements, because it's not only SEO, It's not only business strategy and it's not only marketing. I think it's the great blend that makes it. Yeah.
That is wonderful. And again, you've touched on another of my favorite topics when it comes to crafting your own career, you know, bringing all of your different expertise and the unique passions that you have and just crafting this holistic way that you can help people and create a niche for yourself too that makes it non-substitutable and inimitable to anyone. So I really like that. Finally, what would you say? What one thing would you say to someone considering a similar career change or even looking into going in the direction you have been?
Yeah, don't be a unicorn in a straight jacket. That's what I would
Definitely,
say.
definitely go for it. Thank you so
And
much, Elena,
yeah,
for
I
being.
think everybody should follow their. It is important to understand what you love to do, because no matter how much you will be paid, no matter how successful you'll be, but if you don't really love what you do, I think you'll never be happy. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much, Elena, for your time and for being a guest here. It's really important work what she does, and she has a unique way of doing it. And it's evident from the countless testimonials that you'll see. I've put her contact details coming up shortly on the video, and definitely go check out her work. Go look her up. She does incredible work, and definitely get in touch or at least follow her on social media. Thank you so much, Elena, for being here.
Don't be a unicorn in a straight jacket.